I might have a little bit of an addiction to caffeine. So you probably clicked on this video to get like an idea of should you get Procreate Dreams or should you wait? The short answer is yeah, and the long answer is maybe. It depends on who you are. So what happened to Procreate Dreams? It was so anticipated and it was so promising, but it just kind of let a lot of people down. And I'm gonna talk a little bit about like my experience with it, because I've been animating, I don't know how many, like 5 short animations in it now, and I feel like I have a good base to, give an honest review. At first I didn't really get why people were so, brutal on it. Like a lot of people were just like, this sucks, don't get it. And I don't agree on that. I don't agree on it sucks. I think it's very mixed for me right now. There's some features that I feel like that are missing, and there's also kind of some buggy things that just really gets on my nerves. And those are some things that I just hope that will be fixed soon and will actually make the program a lot more enjoyable, and people will maybe start to, give it a better rep. I just want to start out by saying the program is not like really groundbreaking. I think the only feature that is really groundbreaking from other programs is the record button. The where you record and you can just drag things and it will like animate it for you. It will record it and it has been animated. I'm sure there's a lot of other programs that can do that, but on iPad I think it's don't come at me if there is actually a program that can do it, but I think it's the only program right now on iPad that is able to do it. But it is intended to be a frame-by-frame animation app, and I don't think it's intended to be an animation app for like really long projects. Well, I'm gonna try and use it for a short film, but I don't think it's intended for that. I think it's more intended for shorter format videos, like between a few seconds to a couple of minutes. Well, let's get into the things I like about the program. The main thing I like about the program is that I love Procreate, and I feel like they kind of translated their interface like okay onto Procreate Dreams. I think it could be a little bit more like Procreate. There was definitely some things that were hard to learn, like I didn't know where to find like onion skin. Apparently you have to click on the numbers there to get the onion skin and background settings up. That was hard for me to find. I had to Google it. I wouldn't say it's the most beginner friendly program, but it's not the most advanced either. It's like in the middle. But I do like the interface a lot more than like Colorpack or like Flipperclip. I tried Flipperclip for one animation and I just didn't want to animate on it anymore because I just didn't like the flow and the interface. So the interface is something I enjoy about Procreate Dreams. I think it's easy for me to control the track and edit things. It's good for that. And it's definitely made me animate a lot more than I used to, because I used to use Procreate, but Procreate is not really good for long videos. I hate YouTube. Oh my god. But yeah, Procreate is a like more for small GIFs and just a couple seconds animations. It was really tedious to animate in Procreate, so therefore I actually didn't animate that as much as I wanted to. I'm really grateful that they came out with this app, because now I animate a lot more. That being said, there is some stuff they need to work on. And one of those things is the bugginess. I recorded like while I was working on the sequel, and you can see how many times the program like detected my palm and made like a random stroke on the canvas. it was like all the time. I had to constantly flip back and forth with the pencil and eraser to erase the annoying mistakes. And keep in mind, I'm actually using a drawing glove, one of these right here, and I feel like in Procreate it does a good job by like rejecting the palm with the glove, but just Procreate Dreams, I don't know why. It's just it doesn't do that a lot. Another thing I've experienced a lot is that it kind of detects like if I'm doing a double tap on not a double tap, but a tap with two fingers, you know, undo. But the thing is, I'm not doing that. I'm not undoing. I think it's still the palm that's the problem. But yeah, sometimes it would just randomly undo like a long stroke I've just done. And I mean, sometimes I'm able to just tap with 3 fingers and get it back. But I've also experienced times where I couldn't get it back, so I have to redo the stroke, and it's getting me on the nerves. But I think that's the main bugs I've been experiencing. I feel like a month back before an update, I also experienced something like the app would just freeze. I couldn't draw, like it wouldn't react to anything. I had to close it and open it again. And it wasn't a really big deal for me because the app is saving everything all the time, so I didn't lose any progress. So yeah, luckily that was not a huge problem. It was a little annoying, but it was manageable. And that was it for the bugs. But also there are some features that I really want them to add. A tool they really need to add is the selection tool. It's really, really needed, and I've also seen a lot of artists ask them, like, when are you gonna add a selection tool? And Procreate always answers that it's their highest priority and they're working hard on it. And it's not that I don't believe it, like, I believe it, but my head just can't wrap around, like, why can't you just add it a little faster? Because you've already created a selection tool for Procreate. Isn't it just a little tweaking and putting it into the other program? I'm not a programmer, I don't know. It's probably harder than that. YouTube. Because there is some times where I just draw the head a little too big on one frame, and like I've already drawn maybe the whole body also, but I can't just modify the head without a selection tool, and it pisses me off. Okay, I hate to have to redo the whole frame just because I made a mistake. Like, I use the selection tool a lot in Procreate to, you know, adjust some features. If I have a tendency to draw hands a little too small or too big, and it's just nice to be able to select it and just, you know, rescale and move it around. Please, Procreate, add the selection tool soon. We need it. I wish there was an option to make another track on top of another one and setting that one above to clipping mask, so it will clip to what's underneath. That would make it a lot easier to make shadows and light, like, on a character, because that way I can just do it on top of all the colors. I know I can go into layers on a specific frame and do shadows that way, and I've done that before. But with this seagull thing, there's a lot of frames that I just copy and pasted because, you know, it was the same motion it did over and over again sometimes. So I could just copy and paste, but if I had to go in and do it the way I used to, I would have to delete frames and copy and paste again and again and again. I just dropped the shadows on this one because I just couldn't do it. I was just so done. I was like, that's too much work. I would have done it if I could have done another track on top of the color layer, or the color track, but I couldn't do that. So that's also a thing I hope Procreate will add at some point. Let's wrap it all up. should you get Procreate Dreams now, or should you wait until they have fixed a few things and maybe added a few features? I think it depends on who you are, because are you really into animation and you're just really eager to start 2D animation, and can you live with a few bugs and there not being a selection tool, you should just get it now. If you're debating if you should go into 2D animation and learn it, maybe try out Flip or another free program until Procreate, just fine-tuning Procreate Dreams a little. I've just decided that I can live with the bugs and the missing selection tool for now, and like I think I've just gotten used to it. But I still hope they are gonna fine-tune it a little bit, because it all seemed so promising and perfect when they announced it, but it was a little bit of a letdown. Not as much as I don't think it deserves the hate that it's getting, but there's definitely some things to be worked on. But again, that's just my experience with the program. You might have even experienced some other bugs if you already have the program, and just take everything with a grain of salt. This is just my experience, and it's my review and it's my opinion on it. So, are you gonna try Procreate Dreams? Do you already have it? And if so, what do you think about it? Hey, okay, so come a little closer. I need to know if you guys want an animation process video, like how I animate in Procreate Dreams. I did attempt to make it, but it's kind of hard. It's hard to explain everything I do. It's hard to get the clips matching what I'm saying and all that. So it's a lot of work. I really need to know if it's something you really want, because if not, I would rather not make it. Yeah, let me know. If you didn't know, I'm streaming on Twitch like a couple times a week, and I'm just I'm drawing, I'm animating, I'm working on my short, just having a nice time with you guys. And if you haven't tuned in yet, just try. It's you got nothing to lose. You can just go if you don't like me. Go check out my Twitch channel and see if you can catch me sometime. I would love to meet you. And I think that's it for this video. I never know how to end the video. It's always a little awkward, like when I'm trying to end a video. So yeah, I'll drink some addiction, and I'll see you in my next video.